Hi all you Harry Potter fans, this is Ken Hayashi, and on this video I shall talk about how I, Ken Hayashi, beat he who shall not be named, Lord Voldemort. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, how you doing? This is Ken Hayashi, and on this video I'm going to talk about how I beat Lord Voldemort, he who shall not be named. So anyways, before I do that, let's talk about who were the possible Lord Voldemorts out there. Okay, I'm going to talk about the wizards or the magicians during that time. Now, I am talking about something that happened almost a quarter of a century ago, and the reason why am I bringing up something over a quarter of a century ago is because that was before Harry Potter was published in 1997. So this is during the 90s, people. Okay, so the 90s. So who are the possible candidates? We've got Siegfried and Roy, we've got the Pendragons, we've got David Copperfield, Lance Burton, David Blaine, and Criss Angel. Now these are the magicians that have been recognized as amazing wizards / magicians that have supernatural abilities. So if at this point, if you people out there seriously don't think that Siegfried and Roy, that speak to tigers, are wizards, that Copperfield walking through the Great Wall of China, okay, or David Blaine doing his crazy stuff, if you people don't think these people are actual wizards, I can't even talk to you people, because you people are living in your tiny little world of Harry Potter, thinking JK Rowling has a monopoly on what wizards are. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, maybe the whole universe was all designed just for little you, right? All these solar systems and part of billions of solar systems and billions of galaxies, right? All around the world, all was all designed for little old you. Okay, so if you're like one of those people, get off the page. Okay, you don't have an open mind. Okay, I'm talking to the logical people because look at this from a logical point of view. So the rest of you logical people, let me talk to you. So out of these 6 magicians, who was the #1 magician during the 90s? Who was the guy to beat? Okay, the wizard. Okay, now if some of you, I'll give you a second. Think about it. Which one do you think it was? Okay, yes, hopefully, or I read your mind, it was David Copperfield. It wasn't David Blaine or Criss Angel. Yes, they're popular now, but back in the 90s, yeah, they didn't really exist. Okay, David Copperfield. Oh my goodness, David Copperfield was an amazing wizard. He has been described by Forbes magazine as the most commercially successful magician in history. He has won over 21 Emmy Awards with 38 nominations. He has 40 years of magic, 11 Guinness World Records, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, right? This guy has sold over 33 million tickets and grossed over $4 billion, right? He is famous for making a Learjet disappear, vanishing and the reappearance of the Statue of Liberty in 1983, levitating over the Great Wall of China in 84, walking through the Great Wall, levitating over the Grand Canyon in 1984, and walking through the Great Wall of China in 86. This guy does amazing things. I mean, come on. Escaping from Alcatraz prison in 87. And the disappearance, I love this illusion where he made a 70-ton Orient Express dining car, not Hogwarts Express, but the Orient Express, disappear in 1991, and 92 he was flying for several minutes. Very famous for doing all that. So the question is, was he a dark wizard though? No, I don't know if he was a dark wizard. I don't know about that. But in reference to the most commercially successful magician of all time, you would think, yes, my gosh, if you're the most successful, you're kind of like Wall Street, right? You're kind of like the Google, the banks, the evil empire. I mean, was he evil? He was an idol of mine, and definitely he was the guy to beat. He was the #1 magician, or the magician who shall not be named, as the guy to beat. The untouchable guy, David Copperfield. Well, let me talk to you about what he accomplished in 1992.
This guy was on top of his game. Versus me, I was Ken Hayashi. I'm a 17-year-old kid. You know, I had no name. I was an underdog, right? As they say. But let's talk about David Copperfield. He was an amazing guy, right? He made, according to Forbes magazine, $42 million that year. Whew. Okay, CBS. He had a show on CBS that was televised to millions of people, to an audience of 4,000 people. That year, he made a Harley Davidson appear. Amazing illusion. Very good. He had an hour show that he did with himself. Pretty much, he was performing himself with these amazing illusions. And that year, he flew on stage. Amazing illusion. And he was also dating Claudia Schiffer. And I throw that in there because us wizards have the ability to cast spells. And what more beautiful person to cast a spell on than, you know, a supermodel, you know, Claudia Schiffer, somebody like that. So that's David Copperfield. Now, let's talk about Ken Hayashi. Let's talk about me. Now, I'm 17 years old, like I mentioned. I'm in high school. I had not been performing magic for 20 years. I mean, Copperfield was on the scene for a very long time, since the 70s at the time. And then, what did I do? Okay, now I did not make $42 million. I made $3,000. If I made that at all, I don't even know what I made. Okay, but it was very little. I definitely was not doing it for the money. Okay, I had a show that was featured on ESPN, that was televised to millions of people, an audience of 8,000 people, standing ovation, same thing. I actually made a Corvette appear on stage. A Corvette. Instead of a motorcycle, I had a Corvette appear. And instead of making it appear by myself, I actually had it appear with 4 beautiful and the hottest teenage girls in the nation. And that's not an opinion, that is a fact. They were the hottest teenage girls in the nation because they were members and the co-captains and the captain of a national award-winning drill team, champions that year for Miss Dance Drill Team USA. They were the champions that year. That's who I had appearing on stage with me. I had an hour show, a variety show, in fact. It had magic with me, a bunch of other magicians that I produced and directed. It also had a Michael Jackson impersonator and comedian and a juggler, okay, as well. Now, for my submission that year, is what I did was I commanded a Japanese army illusion that took over 180 performers, and I starred in it, and I created an illusion, an effect that took 180 people to make the effect come alive. And I was also dating, not a supermodel, but I was dating Sarah Joy Brown, which happens to be a 3-time Emmy Award-winning actress. And I don't know how Copperfield did it, but I did it by, you know, I just casted a spell on her. That's when I did it. But anyways, that's me. So right now, go ahead and vote. Putting that side by side, we're not talking about Copperfield, what he did before or afterwards. This was definitely a long time ago, but what he did afterwards. But right now, go ahead and vote. Who do you think won? Okay, side by side. Okay, clean slate. If one magician was submitting that to the left and I was submitting that to the right, who do you think actually won? Okay, comment down right now down below. Copperfield or Hayashi? Copperfield or Hayashi? Just write it down. Copperfield or Hayashi? All right. Well, you know what? I forgot to totally throw this in there. How about this? How about this? That year, the Emmy Awards, the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences asked me to produce, direct, speak at, and present the host of an Emmy Award show that year.
So despite what you may have read or heard, that's the truth right there. Doctor? Wait,
Konnichiwa.
Is that Howard? Is that Howard? That doesn't look like Howard.
Look like Howard.
Than that.
My name is Howard Ken Hayashi, Stephen.
Draft
yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, award-winning, Emmy award-winning host of CBS Fridays at Sunset, and currently producing and directing America's Funniest People, the real Mr. Howard Stevens.
Gotham's Greed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ken Hayashi, along with Sarah and the niece.
Now, I don't know what Copperfield did. It's not like they asked him to do the Grammys, or they didn't ask him to do the the Oscars, or the Emmy Awards basically said, you know what, instead of Copperfield, we're gonna have Hayashi do it. So they had me do that for the Los Angeles Emmy Awards. Okay, and that's Copperfield. Have you voted yet? If not, let me throw something else in there. The Academy of Television Arts and Sciences liked what I did, so they asked me to do it again in 1992. So again, I did it again for the Creative Arts Primetime Emmy Awards, where I again produced, directed, and showcased Kim Lin, which is an LA Rams cheerleader, Sarah Joy Brown, which is a 3-time Emmy Award winner, actress, and Tommy Davidson, which was starring on a show called A Living Color. And they asked me, not Copperfield, to open the show. Okay? So I don't know. Maybe they called Copperfield and Copperfield said, you know what? Let's give Hayashi the opportunity. But whatever the case was, I did that.
Welcome to the 44th Annual Primetime Creative Arts Emmy Awards. And your host for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, in living colors, Tommy Davidson.
So vote right now. Come on, people. Vote right now. You guys gotta just not watch the video. Go ahead and vote right now. Who won that year? Okay? If some of you are saying, you know what, it's gotta be Copperfield, are you doing it because what he did before? I mean, if he made the Statue of Liberty disappear that year, I would say he won. And if some of you guys are going, he won because he made $42 million. Well, you know, if it's all about the power and the money, what was Lord Voldemort of all? It was about power, wasn't it? It was. Okay? So yeah, if it was about how much money he made, yeah, he won. But we're talking about magic. We're talking about wizardry. Okay? Alright, if you guys are on here, thank you very much for watching the video up until now. If you say Copperfield won after all this time, you know what? Everyone is entitled to their opinion, of course. But here's the thing. I like to say this. I was 17, not an excuse, but I was challenging Copperfield. And I challenge you. I was challenging Copperfield. There was no other teenager that challenged Copperfield except me. And if you think I won, great. If you think I lost, I was very close, wasn't I? Okay? It's just like when Harry Potter was battling Lord Voldemort. It wasn't just a slam dunk. He almost lost. And then he finally wins. So maybe I won, maybe I lost. But I was up for the challenge before JK Rowling wrote any book. Alright? I'll talk to you soon. Subscribe to the channel, comment your vote, and share the video with another Magic fan, Harry Potter fan, Lord Voldemort fan, whatever. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hi, thank you very much for watching. To check out the real true life story of my life as a boy that had 2 parents that happened to be magicians, I ended up going to the real school of magic with 2 characters, a guy and a girl, and I rise to become the greatest magician in the 90s before JK Rowling published her book in 1997, then go ahead and watch the full documentary series to the left. Click on that video right there. Also subscribe to the channel so you can get the other additional videos that I'll be sending out to you, and share the video with a serious Harry Potter fan. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.